Interesting. That's why I wanted you to consider it. Usually I don't give such long explanations and I limit myself to questions. But since you seem to be open to listening to a different perspective, I decided to offer you a hypothesis that you could consider. Anyway, let's consider this. Let's look at this from another perspective. Do you think it's morally wrong to initiate physical force against people that haven't violated anybody's rights?
Yes.
Okay. Should the government take action against people that haven't violated anybody's rights?
Could you give an example?
Okay, right, well, an example, any person who is peaceful, like a baker, goes to work every morning very early, makes his bread and his donuts and everything, and should the government take action against him if he hasn't violated anybody's rights?
No.
Okay. So, is taxing this baker in order to give the money to the farmer, is that taking an action against that baker?
You just hate taxes.
No, I hate redistributive taxes.
Why is that?
Because they are legalized theft.
Legalized theft? That's interesting.
And I'm against theft.
That's very interesting.
I think that I believe in respecting other people's judgment, and what I want from them, I offer them some value, like you do in your show. You don't rob anybody, you offer a value. If other people want to pay for it, then you're happy to receive the remuneration that you get for doing your show. But you in your heart don't want to take things from other people without giving them anything in exchange and without their consent, right?
Right.
So that's another way of seeing that redistribution of wealth is a mistake, because it involves the initiation, the start of force against people that haven't violated anybody's rights. Okay. So here's another way you can see the same thing. Is all legitimate governmental power derived from the people?
Is all legitimate?
Governmental power derived from the people.
I'm just worried. I keep wondering where you're about to go. I feel like each thing is like a setup for something else. That's what it really feels like.
However, let me ask you this. Do your answers to my question depend on where I might go with them?
What I really would like is if it's a specific question.
I'm asking a specific question. This is... No, I'm giving you a general premise, which is, do you think that all legitimate governmental power is derived from the people?
And I would say, well, what governmental powers are you talking about?
Any powers, should it come from the people? What does the Constitution of the United States say? What are the first words?
You're being ridiculous right now. You are.
Why am I?
What I'm saying with everything else.
To remind you, it says we the people, right?
Yes.
The power comes from the people. You don't know that?
I feel like I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you keep using hypotheses to prove your own points rather than asking me about actual situations. If you used like...
I'd be happy. I did give you some specific, concrete examples.
Well, you talked about...
Okay, well, you do object to that question? It's very simple. It's a question that has to do with your view on the relationship between the citizens and the government, where the power comes from. Does the power originally reside in the citizens and they delegate that power to the government? So if the government is going to exercise that power legitimately, it has to come from the citizens? Or do you agree with Mao that the power of the government comes from the muzzle of a gun?
No, it's supposed to be the people.
Okay, so it's not a hard question.
No, I'm talking about just everything in general.
I'm going to give you a chance to comment on my whole interview afterwards. You can say it's no good, or you can object to it, or criticize it. That would be fine. But I'm interested in your views. So let me ask you this. Did the individual citizens ever have the right to initiate physical force against other citizens that haven't violated anybody's rights? Okay, if they never had this right, can they have properly delegated it to the government?
This is so funny.
What do you think? Can they have properly delegated that right? The right of initiating force against people that haven't violated anybody's rights? Okay, so if they don't, if they haven't violated,
Like you, but I want to have like a conversation, but I feel like it's very.
well, let me just finish this, and then I'll let you say what you want.
I can't. I want to, but it's like I.
It's
just
interesting,
feel,
isn't
well,
it?
No, I just feel like. I honestly feel like this whole thing. It's very. I'm sorry.
It's very leading, and it's very.
leading questions. That's right.
And it's.
Leading questions are bad.
I think leading the way that you are in non-specifics and in a way talking down to me. And I want.
Well, let me say this. You know, I could have just asked you questions and not given you any explanation. And now that I thought I was being generous to explain, you know, where I was coming from and explain some things more thoroughly, now you feel that I was talking down to you?
In general, it does seem like that. And I'm
just checking to see what your premises are and political theory and what your views are.
Yeah.
So here's a.
No, I think what.
I think I have to stop. I just.
Is it too much for you the interview, or
It's just.
you're a tough guy?
I'm just.
I think you can handle it. I don't. It's not such a big deal.
I just had.
Very long day, and I thought I was just going to sit down, have just a nice chat with you, and it feels just bad right now.
That's an interesting thing. Let's talk about that. Why does it feel
I
bad?
appreciate it. I would like to shake your hand so that I'm not rude.
Oh, why does it feel bad?